Welcome to hell. That's how most agency owners feel when they get started, because their settings over here, their settings over here, everything is broken. Nothing works. There's way too many settings that are all over the place, and that's why I designed it. Mr. Lucifer himself. If you learn to utilize everything that I've made, then perhaps you too can control the masses, getting leads and appointments and sales as much as you want. The world will crumble under the power that you have.
You're still here. I figured that if I let the devil intro the video, then you would want to watch it, and so let's just dig into the 6 deadly sins that I've seen beginning agency owners make when they set up their GoHighLevel. All right, so imagine that you've just launched a number of campaigns. You put your heart, your soul, your agency on the line, and you're getting leads, but you don't know which ad they're coming from. This is so obvious, you're gonna laugh when I tell you about it. There is something called UTM parameters. And what you need to do is you need to actually just go to help.gohighlevel.com, navigate over here, type in a Facebook ad attribution right here. You need to attach these parameters to your Facebook ads. It's in the little section that says build your own URL or UTM parameters. This is what you have to do there. It's super duper important, because then what happens is you can actually see in the reporting tab, the attribution report rather. So you'll be able to actually see the campaign, the ad set that people are going to, so you can actually know, cool, this ad's working, this one's not. Hey, guess what? You don't need to use Hyros, because you can just do most of it in here, unless you're doing some kind of crazy complicated thing. But if you're just running ads for local businesses or a single online business, you could just use this, and it works pretty well. Picture this, okay? You've got a digital campaign, you've got your clients, but every time that you go to write them an email, you have to remember to do copy and paste their name, their domain, their footer into their unsubscribe links. And so what you do instead is you go to settings and you go to fill in these custom values over here. These custom fields are contact specific or opportunity specific, meaning that for your custom fields, each contact has these fields, right? And they're individual to them. Custom values, on the other hand, are actually values that go across the sub account. And so what I usually recommend to set these up are your pixel ID, your conversions API code, and your email footer. And in the description below, I'll have a link where I have just like a quick tutorial that goes over that specific piece, or it'll be linked up here, and that's just going to be a quick demo. So much flexibility here for you to set up in custom values. Okay, the next piece here is that you gotta set up your own email service. Okay, in order to have enhanced deliverability, you gotta get Mailgun, you gotta set it up. It's super easy to do, and they give you all of the instructions here on how to do it. But if you're using just the lead connector system, it's gonna be bad. It's just not gonna work. And I think on here, yeah, on this account I don't, but in general I do. But it's really easy. You go ahead, you add this, you type in the subdomain. So it's gonna be like, what a lot of people do is mailgun dot whatever their website is. And then when you hit add to verify, what's gonna happen is that it's gonna prompt you to go into, see, I don't have this. So it's gonna actually try, and I don't think I own this domain yet. Maybe I will by the time this video comes out. But basically it's gonna try and figure out, how to add it. And if it is from a domain host provider like GoDaddy, it probably will do it automatically, but you can go into your backend DNS settings and set up these records, and this is just going to increase your deliverability. And increased deliverability means more moolah for you and your clients. All right, on to number 4. A big mistake is not setting up proper tagging and email cleansing practices. Okay, you're going to be emailing a lot from this account, so envision each of your emails as a arrow. Okay, if you shoot an arrow and it goes sideways, you don't want to shoot that same arrow again, because it's bad for deliverability. The deliverability gods are going to come down and smite you. So instead, inside of your automations, what you want to do is you want to create a new workflow here. Boom. Okay, you're going to make, this is just a super simple one, but here's what you're going to do. Email event trigger. The email event is spam. You're going to do when people unsubscribe, and then also an email trigger when it is bounced. So number 1, you're going to want to enable the DND for email. You want to remove them from all the workflows that they're in, except for this one. And then you're going to use a branch conditional to fire off of the workflow trigger is, and then you're going to select whichever one it is. So this is unsubscribe. This is for bounced emails, and then this is for marked as spam. And then basically you're going to add a tag dependent on those activities. The next piece is trigger links, and why you need to be doing trigger links is so that you can actually see contact activity inside of your freaking contacts page, man. Now, if you're trying to sail blind across the sea of contact activity, by all means, don't use trigger links. But when you use trigger links, you are actually able to then see what people are clicking on inside your emails and across your entire account, so that you can actually know, cool, this email's working or this email's not. When you don't use trigger links, you can see that people clicked in your emails, but you can't see what they clicked. It's just blank. So maybe they clicked your unsubscribe link. We don't know. Maybe they clicked it but didn't unsubscribe, and then maybe they clicked on your sales link, but we don't know. So that's why you have to use trigger links. And to set those up, I made a whole video on it, but I'll just go into it quickly here. Go to marketing, go to trigger links, adding a link, entering the name of it. I'll just call this google.com. And I think you got to do this like that. And then when someone clicks on the trigger link inside of our conversation, is add links, trigger link. There we go. That's what we want. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to click one of these. Anyway, when you click on that, when we click on it, people are going to know, we're going to know where your leads are going to. And number 6, for the love of all that is holy, you need to set up your calendars properly. Okay, here's what you're gonna need to do. Number 1, you're gonna want to set up the time zone of your business under your staff. Whoever's part of your staff, I'm gonna add someone now, under their user availability, you need to make sure that you've selected a time zone and that these are coordinated with whatever that time zone is. You're going to click on Connect Zoom, and then you got to connect the Zoom account of the user, right? Whoever the user's account is, you need to click Connect Zoom, and it's going to take you through the process, and then it'll automatically be able to generate Zoom links going forward. I'll show you that in a little bit, or maybe in another video. And then what we need to do is we need to go down to integrations, and we need to connect your Google account, sign in with Google. I'm gonna go back over here. Boom, my account is connected. I'm gonna blur that out so you don't see what my email is. And then you want to go to your staff again and make sure that under user calendar configuration, they got to go in, they got to make sure that their calendars are connected properly. That's all I'm going to tell you, okay? Then you're going to create a calendar, go to round robin calendar. You're going to select, I'm going to just call this test. You're going to select your team member here. Bada bing, test, like that. Okay, hit confirm. Then we're going to go to edit. Over here under meeting location, we got to select Zoom. Again, this user doesn't have the Zoom connected, but you got to select the Zoom. Okay, then I would highly recommend using a custom form for these book calls so that you can track where they're coming from. Made another video about that over here. Bada bing, bada boom, send. I would allow Google Calendar to send invitations on your behalf. Okay, and then it's very important, this availability is actually going to be based on business time zone, not the user's time zone. It's very confusing, but that's how it's done. Okay, hit save. And then most likely your calendar will be set up correctly. Those are the 6 deadly sins that I see GoHighLevel users not do. I'll see you in the next one.